Greetings, what's going on? How you all doing? I know I'm a little late with this video, but the energy was just like, no, it's not time to put the video out yet, so I did not. Instead, I decided to go ahead and do it today, right now, when there may be some interruptions, because this is not usually the best time, but it's all right. We're going to make it a good time. So I hope that you all are having a delightful day. There are a lot of things going on right now that I'm excited about. And, you just got to find something in this world to pull you in, something that drives you. And that's what these readings are about. They do link back to my core values, which are, I really want to always be someone who is able to assist in some way if I've gone through something through my own experience. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. This is going to be about after the new moon solar eclipse, because we just had it, And last time we had a lunar eclipse that was very, 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 very powerful. A lot of you left comments, and I was so pleased, happy, delighted to see your comments, as you've always left comments. I really love them. And so I really want to say now, welcome to this sacred time just this Thursday. It was a new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. Yes, I have to drink some water to that. And so with this moon in Aquarius, new seeds are being planted around important topics such as freedom, independence, unconventionality, that's the right way to say that, needs and wants. And while I'm talking, I'm going to go ahead and get the cards ready, because I do have to go. There is a little something I'm going to be going to do tonight, and I'm excited about it. So let's see. They are cleansed. I'm going to go ahead and get them prepared and ready. Yeah, the other things that this sort of new moon eclipse is going to have to do with, like I said, is freedom, independence, unconventionality, needs and wants, being different, and ending certain habits. It also has to do with uniqueness, setting long-term goals. That's a huge one. Long-term goals. How many people feel lost right now out there? Hello. I feel you. Uniqueness. Seriousness is what Aquarius has to do with also. Planning, structure or no structure, restriction, values, which typically is another type of sign of Taurus or the second house, but I see values as very important now because Saturn's involved and Uranus, self-image, and travel also, even though that's usually something more of a Jupiterish thing, Sag, but travel, because of the different aspects right now, I see travel as being huge also, the weather being different. So all planets are still direct for now. And that is going to be until March 8th and 9th. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pull the cards now to dive into the reading. And like I said, this is very spontaneous. So y'all ride with me on this one. Like I said, I want to come as authentic as possible. I'm in my bedroom right now. And I really, had a spot and everything was perfect. And, then I'm constantly waiting and trying to find the perfect time. So there's no better time than the present, right here. And thank you so much for all your patience with me as I go through my awakening, because sidereally or in Western astrology, I have strong Aquarius going on, y'all. Help a sister. And I know y'all know what time it is. If you watch my videos, you know they are unorthodox. So you must be a bit unorthodox yourself. So thank you for riding with me as, we're remembering who we are. So during this new moon solar eclipse, the type of energy we can expect is, and of course there's always free will, as I'm going to say before we get started. This is not going to be for everybody. I'm reading generally. It's bringing clarity and looking at possible options, nothing more, nothing less. My name is Queen Sarita, and I am so happy to serve, and thank you so much for being here. The energies that most people are going to be dealing with have to do with this. I'm tuning in with my guides now, and if you hear any feedback, there's video games being played in the background by my stepsons, and everybody's off today, so it's just a beautiful day. First card for this new moon energy, and I'm being told to pull 3. All right. Justice was first, which is here. And then we also have this one. Okay, so one is reversed. I typically don't read reversals right now, but we're going to read them in significance today. I feel like it's important if it came up, because I'm not reading reversals right now. So if one pops up, hey, we'll go ahead and read it. So first of all, I'm seeing the energy, and I've got to hurry up because I've been running out of memory on this phone. I have the iPhone 6S, and I have to clear some memory off here, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this quickly. 7 of Pentacles, the energy right now, Justice, and the Chariot reversed, right? So if we're looking at this energy dealing with the new moon, there are so many possible options that a person has, and they are really trying to decipher which way they are to go here. You have this card here, for instance, all of these different options, and you want to really stay in your comfort zone. There's somebody that wants to stay in their comfort zone. They don't want to leave this beautiful place, but they have to make a decision at some point, and there are certain desires, certain things that this person feels like they need. And where they are, even though they feel content, they may be connected spiritually to something very deeply, really feeling pleasure in what they're doing and feeling very much so ungrounded or grounded, depending on where they are in their life. But this right here is calling you to come out of your comfort zone and to make a decision. It could also be talking about looking at your options for possible. There's something that you want to move up in. Somebody wants to move up direction-wise in a company or in an endeavor. And prosperity is calling to you. You want to take it. You want to go forward. However, your material life is kind of demanding something else of you. It's demanding a part of you to be pulled to practical matters where you don't probably want to be. Some of you just feel ungrounded. Your answer is in this card. What do you get from it? What you need to do is in this card, because what you need is right there around you. For some of you, this is coming up. You feel like you're coming up empty. You feel like you're coming up short. However, you've got a whole bunch of stuff around you right now that other people would be so happy to have around them. So somebody is feeling that, and somebody is really seeing that the decisions that they've been making have led them to a place in life they either really are content and happy with, and someone else may be feeling like they need something else to be done. They need justice. But this card has a hidden message in it that I find, and that is if you turn it over and you look at the sun here, and it points at the hands. Through your hands, through your work, things are going to begin to shine, and people will begin to see your light. But you first, this is the work, and you've already been doing the work, it says. So during this new moon, it's a lot of work going on, a lot of focus on life path, life journey, the long-term plans, and thinking about how long you have actually to live on this planet. How long do you actually have to live as a human? And weighing what is important, what's not, what really can be weighed on these scales and put first, second, third, what? How can you do that? Some of you need to get a life coach. You already know that you weren't taught certain things. I was not. And, you just have to learn how to go about doing certain things in life. And you have to come back to being practical Everyday things, everyday chores is what's calling you. What's more important though? There's so many things on the plate. What's more important than another? Somebody else is waiting for justice to be served in their life. They feel like they've gotten the short end of the stick, and somebody else is feeling really like a victim. And life is calling you now to say, what is important? What is most important for you? For somebody, and then we've got the Chariot card. So there's a standstill sort of energy here. Definitely the energy is not really there to really feel like doing certain things. Like, it's like, I don't really feel like doing that, because there's a lot of chores, a lot of day-to-day things, routines that demand attention now. And some of you are beginning to see that. If you want to move forward, what has to happen is that your day-to-day chores have to change for you to move forward, and you have to learn how to shine your light and not care what other people think. The cards show a story in them. You know, there's someone here, and I'll close with this. You have this woman, she comes, she wakes up in the morning, and she really desires more out of life. However, she has not done a few things to really know what those things are. She never really sat down and asked herself the question. In this past full moon, we had the eclipse. It really asked that question. It showed, hey, what do you want? What's missing? And you became painfully aware of it, or some people joyfully aware of it. And from there, you've been planting certain seeds. These are the seeds. These are the seeds in this card here that are saying, hey, you know, we can have these things. Things that you may have never thought of are coming up. Things you've always dreamed of, but you never gave yourself permission. Now, at this new moon eclipse, this is where you ask the permission. And you say, you know what, I can do X, Y, and Z. However, what do you need to do to get there? What do you need to do it? You've got to set some balance up here. You've got to judge yourself. You've got to judge your operation justly and say, hey, am I doing what I need to do? Do I need to do a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that? And stand on your principles. Stand on them, because a lot of people set up things for themselves, but they are not based on their own core values. They'll be based on other people's, and that will never fulfill or satisfy you. You'll be constantly shooting stars in the dark, shooting for goals in the dark, shooting arrows in the dark. And basically, who wants to do that? Because what is that going to do? When you build something here on top of something that you never sat down and strategized it, you just kind of been just going about it, doing the best you can. Some people just willy-nilly and I know I did. I thought I had some goals, but they were all short-term, quick goals. Once you attain those things, you're waiting to do the next thing. It's never enough. So you got to set long-term, big goals. And that's exactly what this is talking about. To move forward, this person, they have to make these choices and decisions. But you're in a good position to do that right now. Things can move forward. You're being asked, what do you want to do? And you're kind of off-centered now thinking about it. However, you're in a good position because nobody else can make the decision like you can, how you can, with what you have. You're it. You're the change, and you're the person who can make the decision and the determination. Number 7 is highly coming through here, and that's my birthday. So when I see that, I always see the Tower card also, because the Tower card is a reality. Has to do with, again, when you don't set things up in the right foundation, then what do you have? You have something that's built on a structure that cannot last, and it's going to have to be examined. And what happens? Natural disasters or something happen and things fall apart. So what you want to do with this sort of energy coming up in Aquarius, it does have to do with structure again. It is unconventional. So you may think that there's only one way to achieve your goal. No. One thing I'm going to say that's coming up right now too is the energy of, and I have to get it, the energy of the goose. Before I let you go, I'm going to read the energy of the goose to you because I feel like that's super important. Okay, so this came up. Goose energy. This is the overall arching energy of the reading, because this came up the other day for this type of new moon, that the totem energy of the goose. It's okay to change your course of action, motion, and direction, because you'll be supported. That was the message that came from that I was told to give during this video. So if somebody's listening to this and needed to know, what do I need to do now? Or you're asking yourself that question, no matter what direction you're going in, you'll be supported, because you are a part of this whole universe. So that's the message that came through. And soon I'm going to be showing you all some other things that have to do with reading each card, because I have my journal here that I keep, and it's a traveler's notebook. But in here I keep where I've been reading, and the one that I've been reading next is the Fool card. And so the first installment is going to be talking about the Fool card. So I'm going to be talking to you all about this because I have notes that I've been keeping up with this. This Fool card also has to do with this energy. So while I'm here, before I still have memory, let me just tell you a little bit about the Fool's card on this for insight, because this is huge. This is a sidebar, but it actually is a part of this reading. I forgot I needed to share it. But the Fool card, or Uranus, this is also the other part of the energy that this has to do with. Why? Because Uranus, you have that energy of uncertainty. Let's go ahead and put that in the middle so you'll see. Because over the whole reading, the Fool card is what's coming up. And why? Because you got the 0. You have the starting over, the cosmic egg, the starting point, the beginning. And a lot of times when it's some type of energy like that of starting over, it can be shocking, which is the energy of Uranus. Now here I wrote down, I'm going to show you all here, that the Fool Uranus, it can represent an inner call towards what? An inner call towards one's purpose in life, if you see that. And it also can represent a desire and a need for adventure in a life. Yes, a traveler, a new beginning, embarking upon a journey, aspects of your life which are changing. Also a clean slate. Okay. The other thing it can have to do with is a quick ending or beginning, the potential for joy and contentment on each path, and I mean life path. Something, the energy of like the Fool is like carefree. It's important decisions. It's somebody having to make important decisions. They might not want to make them though, but someone foolish, the other people may think they're foolish because they're very light, free. They seem like they're just waiting for the next adventure, if you will. Risky, important decisions come up now also. Now the Fool can be optimistic. They approach things with care is usually what they need to do. Sometimes they don't do that though. Often it's just, I'm just very innocent. I don't know. Naivety, being naive, types of things like that. Light heart, a person with a light heart, somebody that you see out in the world and they just are happy about every single little thing. And that's the type of energy that's here now. The energy of a baby, innocent spirit, someone who can be immature at times, where's immature at? Yeah, immature. Also, this person can be enthusiastic, and sometimes over enthusiastic, somebody might think, because the person just seems happy. Yeah, there we are. The Soul, that's also the Fool card. The baby, the cosmic egg. Adventure, pure actions, free from the constraints of the world. A lot of people want to be free from the constraints of the world now. They want a vacation. What else? And I'm about to wrap it up. Infinite potential, purity, a fresh start, perfect. That's somebody that feels like they seem very perfect because you're starting over. You've already achieved the whole life's journey, right? You feel like you may have learned this huge life lesson, and now you're ready to start again on this next big journey. You know, how does that feel? It's got to be exciting. Here we go. You also have a fresh start, openness, trust. Okay, openness, trust, past. Let me move these flowers out of the way so we can have some room. Okay, so past. So if this is for you and it's talking about your past, something that you're dealing with, the recent journey that's going on now, and risks that you have taken have brought you to success. New ways have been serving you. Or, is that right? The new ways have been serving you that you've been doing. That's spelled wrong. SERVING, okay? The new ways that you have changed to doing are serving you well now. Or it'd be good to start some new ways. That card talks about present. If it's talking about someone's present, you're walking into a new chapter of life, your potential is great, and approach life with curiosity and wonder. The Fool card also says. In the future position, it's talking about finding new ways to approach a goal or achievement. When opportunity comes, be prepared, get ready, set, and be willing to change. And then create it for yourself. Create it yourself. Shed some habits. Again, this new moon, tying back in with that, is talking about habits and changing them. Having really the strength and wherewithal to do that. Because Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn does have a lot of discipline. The energy is very much so present to be able to do things that require discipline, long range discipline, very mature discipline. And you add that to the energy of the Fool, that's quite balancing. I can see why the Justice card comes up now, because that's a huge thing to balance. But it can be done as we're all working through that sort of thing on one level or another. Here we go. So mania is the other thing the Fool card can have to do with: extravagance, folly, intoxication, frenzy, few possessions, because the person's ready to get up and go. Who's ready to shed some of their stuff? They have too much stuff. They're like, I'm ready to get rid of some of this stuff. The other thing that comes up in the card is the dog that's in there, the companion. You see the symbolism there. This is the person's friend, their companion, somebody who's following along. And this is to let us know somebody's always watching, somebody always there. It could be your spirit guide, it could be an ancestor, your best friend, mother, father, children, someone from a past life that follows you and is there with you. So few possessions, the dog companion, that's a spirit guide, like totem person. Also, we've got positive change. The Fool card can symbolize positive change. Awakens to new ideas and unpredictable energy. Yeah. Last part. If this card was to have come up in the reverse position, or somebody's really not feeling this sort of energy, some people aren't really wanting to deal with this sort of energy right now. Life has been really comfortable and just cushioned and all that, and I love that life. However, in the reverse position, if it was to have come up that way, or if you're not feeling that energy, or you're not ready for it, it talks about having a poor attention to details, the Fool card. Also carelessness, unpassionate about your journey, or what's next. Just losing passion. I know I have lost it before because I didn't know what I needed to focus on. Unpassionate about your journey and your wants, or what's next. Negligence, absence over vitality. No, absence over vanity. So it's talking about vanity, just being focused on that and thinking that that's going to do it, and it's not. For many people, it just doesn't. Feeling bored. When you get the Fool card, you could feel bored too. Just so much energy and no focus. So it's a good time to get some focus, but thankfully the energy is here. This is the front of my journal, by the way, so you all can see it. It's a traveler's notebook. And I'm going to close it and let you see it, and then I'm going to let you go. I really planned on this video to be really quick, but there was more that needed to be said. And if you hear some noises, like I said, in the background, just keep listening to my voice. And we're going to get through this because it's got to get done. I mean, it looks like, you know, you wait on the perfect moment and it just either comes or it never does. But I mean, if I wait till that, I just never will get things done. So here's the front of my journal. I hope this inspires somebody. This is the type of stuff I've been doing. This is my first name. It's Queen Serena, but somebody made this for me out of sterling silver over 10 years ago, and I've always kept it and never really wore it. But it's the perfect thing to go on this journal. So yeah, I've got all kinds of stuff in here that means a lot to me. So I will show you that soon. And I'll show you the very first page. But it's a traveler's journal and a notebook and a planner, a book of tides. If you're a witch, then you know what that is. And yeah, so I'll be telling you all stories also through the cards. So yeah, I look forward to talking to you. I'm gonna go ahead and close out and get this video up to you all ASAP. And the two crystals that came up too, I wanted to tell you about. One of them is carnelian. You definitely know what that is already, I'm sure. So carnelian. Then shungite. Shungite. S-H-U-N. And then gite. Shungite. Somebody put it in the notes. And really just working on forgiveness during this time too. Letting the last bit of grudges or whatever I've been holding on, let them go. So that's my little personal testimony, so I can stay on this and keep doing videos for you all. Let me know how you like this one. And I look forward to talking to you all. And as always, thank you so much for being a divine being on this planet and for sharing this time, space on Earth as you do, being as wonderful as you all are. And I'm going to just close out and say thank you so much. To ancestors. All right, guys, y'all take care. This came with the flowers that I got recently, so I just wanted to say bye. And if you all are interested in some courses and stuff on like journaling, that's something that I do every day in different modalities. But if you want to hear about those sorts of things and getting more grounded and earthing and all that good stuff, then let's talk. I look forward to talking to you all soon, and peace and love. And I hope this wasn't too long for you. If it was, just watch half. Yeah, watch it in stages. But whatever it is, it's just life is calling, and you have to answer because we asked for this anyway, after all. So I look forward to talking to you, and thank y'all. Peace.